Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, our little friend is back, which is my crown, which means today we are continuing the Pageant Focus segment. Last month in January, we started this Pageant Focus segment and I was extremely excited about it, and I still am. Last month I talked about organizations, so I hope you all went home and did your research on organizations. You looked it up, you've seen what you want to do. So now that you kind of have the gist of organizations and maybe which one you might want to go in or one you're already in, today we're talking about what I think is the next important thing that you need to think about before or after you decide which pageant you want to do, which is how am I going to attack this interview. So all amazing pageant girls who win pretty crowns like this one and have a year full of service and dedication to their community, the next thing, and let me say, I'm sorry, I am a little sick, but the next thing that you want to look at is how you're going to attack an interview. These women who are Miss America, you best believe they have incredible interview skills, and today I'm going to tell you what's the secret, what's the tea, and how we can have an outstanding interview. So if you want to see how to have an amazing interview, go right into this video. So the first thing I want everybody to do, whether you are in a school pageant or you're doing a Miss pageant for Miss America or Miss USA, I want you to go into your little handy dandy phone that we love very dearly, and I want you to download the CNN app. And I also want you to download your local news app. And once you do that, when it pops up, when it finishes downloading, I want you to send push notifications. So I know you all are wondering, okay, why am I doing this? Well, if you're doing a pageant such as NAM or UNM or even a school pageant, of course you're not going to need the news app. But if you're doing a pageant that is anything with the Miss USA organization, Miss America organization, anything is up for game. So you never know what they're going to ask you in that interview, so you might as well be prepared. So on my phone, I have right here, I have the CNN app, and then I have my local news app. And if I push the scroll down thing, as you can see, when my notifications pop up from Instagram, I also get the CNN notification. So I know right on the spot what's going on, what's happening. And that's really important, especially with the presidential election that just happened. A lot of things are going on in the news right now, and it's really hard to keep up at this moment in time, but you have to be on your A game. This year is probably going to be a very difficult year for pageant interviews regarding the politics area, because so many things are happening so quickly. We are getting a new president in office, and you just really have to be on your game. You have to know what's going on. So with that being said, there are some other things that you need to do. So if you are competing for UNM or NAM and you're trying to have an extraordinary interview, or for anybody who's trying to have an extraordinary interview, something personally that I would do is I would get myself a pageant binder. Your pageant binder is going to be your key to anything. Anything you think you need to know, you need to put in your pageant binder. Anything that you think you're going to stumble on during interview, you need to put in your pageant binder. Your pageant binder is going to be your little gift to yourself during your pageant time. So with your pageant binder, things that I put in my pageant binder, I put in notes from my pageant coach. I put in important events that are happening in the news. I put in questions that personally I think I need to work on for myself. So no matter what pageant you're in, if it has an interview, you need to get a pageant binder, and quickly, very quickly, because it's better to start now than to start later. With your pageant binder, like I said, there are many things you need to put in it, but also if you are competing for, I would say, UNM or NAM, in my pageant binder personally, if you aren't getting a pageant coach, which I think that girls who are doing pageants of that sort, even if you don't have a coach, you can still win as long as you know what you're doing. And I'm here for you all to show you and tell you what I have learned during my journey as a pageant girl. I would go online and I would look up junior teen, miss questions that are asked in interview, and I would write every single one you can find. I would write it down, and then I would start answering it, and I would put all that stuff in my pageant binder. If you want to win, you need to do this. And I know a lot of you are asking, well, why do I need to do this? Because you want to be prepared. Anything can be asked in your interview, especially in a pageant that is more freelance, and to me that's more nerve-wracking because you never know what they can ask you. And even though there are questions about yourself, you want to be prepared. The first time somebody asked me, somebody could ask you, what's your favorite color? And you might think of three colors that come to mind, but you want to be something that's quick on your feet that also makes the judges say, I didn't know that about her. So if a judge asks, what's your favorite color and why, you might know for sure that your favorite color is pink, like mine, but you might not know why pink is your favorite color. Because personally, I just like pink. I think it's a pretty color. So you're going to want to have a story behind that as to why you like the color pink. So you want to be as prepared as you can be for interview. If you can ace your interview, you can win the pageant. And I'm saying that based on pageants that I've done, what I know. I know that the first pageant I ever did that was a state pageant was Miss Mississippi High School. It was my first time doing a pageant ever, but not first time doing a pageant ever, but first time doing a pageant of that caliber ever, a state pageant. I had never done one before, and I had prepped for interview, but since then I've learned so much. That was my first big pageant I had ever done, and I made top 10, and I was really thankful for that. And now I go back and see things I could have done better, and I think I could have made top 5 and possibly could have won. So that was really exciting. And I also see pageants that I didn't prepare for interview that well, and I'm like, I could have won that title if I had really just sat down and prepped my interview. Yes, I was amazing on stage, but my interview lacked, and I'm not afraid to say, when I mess up. And that's why I have learned from that, and now I have a local title, and in April I will be competing in Miss Mississippi's Outstanding Teen. So with that being said, I want you all right now to go out and get yourselves a pageant binder. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can get one from the Dollar Tree if all I care, and get things going in your pageant binder. Make sure you're being prepared. Make sure you know what you're doing, because in the future I hope to see a lot of you all with pretty crowns and doing amazing things in your community. So thank you guys for watching this Pageant Focus, and I'll see you next month.